mind. Oh, there we go. Today is gonna be leg day, or I guess a better description would be tonight. It is late. It's 11. Now, I don't have to get up early in the morning. I don't have anything to do like that. But, you know, lifting late is not necessarily conducive to getting some perfect sleep, right? Because I've gone late like this and then I end up talking to somebody forever. Next thing you know, I'm not home till like 2. And if you've got something to do in the morning, then you're going to cut into your sleep. That's going to hinder your progress. Sleep has been one of my biggest problems. Not to say that like I can't sleep or I can't fall asleep or anything like that. It's just I'm like ADHD dopamine dependent on my phone. I'm always fucking scrolling on shit or staying up late doing whatever BS. So that's one thing I'm definitely trying to make sure I'm on top of. It's getting at least 8 hours of sleep per night. At least. Plus naps to your, plus naps to taste. Because the more you sleep, the more your body will be able to recover with all the food you eat. The bigger you'll be able to get, the stronger you'll be able to get. The better you'll feel during the day. I mean, you know, sleep is just a fucking positive all around. So I'm gonna finish drinking this pre, and then we can fucking get started. I'm seriously fucking hobbling right now. God. I know I said in the last video that was the craziest quad pump I'd ever gotten. Fucking hell, this one's already fucking rivaling it. Just by feeling, at least. Damn. I gotta be careful. This drawstring is a little bit short. So, you know when you lose your fucking drawstring in the pants? That's the fucking worst. But back to the topic at hand. Jesus Christ. Fuck, come on, get the fuck off me. Oh my God. Oh. Whew. Dude. That is getting pretty goddamn dirty, if I say so myself. Oh. Dude. Huh. So with arms, a good sign that you've got a pretty gnarly pump is when you can't touch your shoulders. Like right now I can touch them, but if I was pumped up, I'd only get like this high. With legs, if you just stand up straight without even flexing and your fucking legs feel tight, like as if you were flexing, that's how you know that they're fucking pumped to hell. All right, let's get the breath hold veiny thumbnail. Oh, Jesus. Let's sit down for a minute. Christ. So, that fucking pump did not come easy. Went fucking all out on squats. Those hamstring curls were going pretty fucking heavy. That single leg leg press set was fucking gnarly. And then leg extensions just did their thing by pumping the fuck out of them. Plus those sissy squats at the end really just put the finishing touches on. So if you were to recreate that workout on your own, I'm sure you'd enjoy the what do you even call it? You would just enjoy the workout, I guess. Ah, jeez. So I'm still gonna do calves at the end. I'm not gonna show it. You know, it's just you don't need to see calves every day. And it could get a little bit repetitive. Uh, oh, dude, I'm fucking out of it. Oh my god. Of all the muscles that you can hit in your split per week, legs is the one that you can really put yourself to the test on. Like, you can go crazy on chest, you can go crazy on back, but it's just not the same as legs. And in that sense, there's a bit of pride to be had if you're somebody that actually does go hard on legs and has an impressive set of wheels. So, like I say about pretty much everything when it comes to your progress, obviously if I'm talking about progress, I'm referring to weightlifting and bodybuilding. But the more results that you see, the more you'll be motivated to go harder to get better results. It's just a positive feedback loop. Now, there is an initial down payment, per se, an initial investment stage. Like, if you're completely untrained, it's probably going to take you, it depends on the person and how hard you lift and how, if you have somebody to sort of guide you, like if you know somebody who's a serious lifter and you go with them to the gym, you have them show you a little bit of the ropes, they give you kind of a basic training program, and maybe they tell you a little bit of dieting tips, like you start taking a protein shake in every day or something. It's probably going to take a few months before you start to realize your progress. So that's kind of the hard part. That's the hill that you have to get over before you start to get extrinsic motivation, right? Because in the beginning, you don't get to think, holy crap, well, my legs got bigger by doing squats. Let's go harder on squats so I can get them even bigger. In the beginning, you're just going to be thinking, wow, squats are fucking hard. Dude, leg day is hard. The gym is fucking hard, dude. I'm tired. I'm all sweaty. Yuck. I just want to go home and chill. You know, if you can't see the results that you're working for in your mind, then it's going to be hard to keep going. But after like a few months, even once you start to see physical changes, you'll have a tangible result of all the hard work that you put in. And then, if you've got the itch to keep progressing, then you're just going to keep looking into better ways to grow. You're going to start focusing on your diet more. You're going to take your vitamins. You're going to look up like the most effective training methods. You're going to change up your split. You're going to adapt it to your own body so that it's more effective. And that's not an overnight process. You got to keep, like, in terms of everything that I think about, like throughout the day, you probably think about eating, sleeping, going to the bathroom, whatever. All the thoughts that cross through your head, probably the most prevalent over the past like 5 years for me has been the gym, right? Because once you get the itch, you're alive. You're next to your body all fucking day long. So you're always thinking about like what you're eating. Every time you eat, you're thinking about it. Every time you're, it's getting close to training time, you're like, oh shit, all right, let's go to the gym, getting hype. Every time you look at social media, assuming that you're like into the gym, it's gonna be gym shit. It's just gym all over the place. So whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, who knows? I don't mind it. But if it's on your mind all the time, you've almost got no choice but to think of new ways to progress. For you, that is. So, as crazy as you might seem in the beginning, I remember my fucking family thought I was kind of nuts. It was fucking, like my dad would text me at like 3 a.m. or something, if I put off my lift, because I've got a little basement gym, and he's like, quit fucking slamming the weights. So, or like I would tell him, or I'd stop eating like home cooked food. For the most part, I just make my own shit. You know, I'd be telling my mom to buy like 10 dozen eggs at once. Or like my older sister especially, she thought I was doing the weirdest shit if I had like a bowl of sardines. But that's what you got to do if you want to be an outlier in any vector or in any field. Then, you know, it's probably pretty likely that you'll become an outlier in other aspects of life, right? If you want to get crazy results, you got to be crazy in every other aspect of what you're doing. Because at least in terms of lifting, everything you do every day is pretty much gonna relate to your progress. So that's enough of this little speech. I'm gonna finish calves. And that's the end of it. I'll try to upload this a little bit earlier than midnight, like I've been doing. And then full day of eating, I'm gonna try and do it tomorrow. So you can figure out just how I get 6,000 calories into my system in a single day. All right. See you fucking next time, goddammit. Well, you already know what fucking day it is. You read the title. But it is chest day. Day number something. I forget. But fucking excited. Chest and shoulders gonna be sweet. It's actually, you know, not midnight tonight. I'm lifting it. It's like 7:30 right now. That's good for me. So hopefully it won't be too busy in there. Morning weight, again 250. Looks like 250 is about my max at the moment. Because I'll bounce around a few pounds. Like I've kind of been bouncing around 250. 248 the last few days. So, you know, the more days I can be at 250, guess what? In another week or another couple of days, then 251, then 252. I mean, it'll just, like, your weight's gonna bounce around when you're bulking up and even when you're dieting. But what you're looking for is that trend line, which, as long as you're on track with your macros and your sleep, and you don't do anything too crazy in terms of your diet, you know, you should make some good progress. So in terms of chest, gonna keep it pretty much the same as usual. Just dumbbell bench first. I might throw in some Smith machine bench. I kind of get the itch for that. Some machine incline press. Pec deck. Then probably some cable flies to finish it off. And that'll be good. Then after that, get shoulders in. For the most part, any lifter who's made considerable gains, like let's say a year above, their front delts, at least in terms of, you know, relative to their side and rear delts, their front delts are going to be the biggest out of the three. Just because when you do any pressing movements, like bench or, well, you know, mainly bench, you're going to work your front delts. So then if you double up and you hit them on shoulder day too with overhead press or whatever, like dumbbell press, they're just going to get, you know, overly developed. So, you know, for me, I've been lifting for a while. So my front delts, especially in like a double bicep pose, like they're even taller than my bicep. So I kind of like to think that, you know, it's, people have different looks, but if you do a bicep flex and your bicep is at about the height of your shoulder or higher, then that's a bit more impressive in my mind. Kind of makes your arms look even bigger. So I've been chilling out on front delts. Like I haven't done any overhead pressing for years. It's got to be like 2 or 3 years. But I mean, back then I was like, I'd throw the 110s up for shoulder press. I always like the dumbbells the most. But the main idea, your front delts are probably big enough relative to your physique. Put more emphasis on your side and rear delts. If you still want to hit them, you know, maybe do half the amount of volume on your front delts than you do for side and rear. Because the bigger that your side and rear delts can be, the more round and cool your shoulder is going to look, especially from the side and the back. So I'm going to drink this pre and then we can get in there. Alright, so shoulders are fucking pumped to hell. Just followed the formula of 11 sets of pretty much any rear delt exercise. Moderate weight, you know, 15, 20 reps. And then the same with side delts. You know, you can do your cable one arm laterals, or you can do dumbbell standard standing, or you can do the machine. It's whatever, it's all the same movement. All you're doing is going from here to here, right? Now, the way that you do that and load it, it doesn't change too much the end result. So, my fucking shoulders feel like they're gonna blow up. Whew. So yeah, if you've got developed rear delts, then when you stand, you know, a lot of people, their front delts are overdeveloped. So they'll kind of be sitting here walking around like this. If your rear delts get big too, for one thing, it's going to improve your posture, make you look better when you're standing. But it'll really round out your shoulder from the side. Like, you know, this extra portion up here, that's what's going to make you look a lot more impressive. Oh. Whew. No. That's a more impressive pose when you're totally shredded, because you can really see all the different striations up here in your shoulders. Whew. Let's do like a back double by, see if the shoulders are fucking going gnarly. Ooh. Ooh. Well, that pretty much wraps up chest and shoulder day. Gonna go finish calves and then fucking get some car talk going. God damn it. All right, chest and shoulders got fucking pumped to hell. Very successful lift. There we go. Whoa. Fucking pothole, goddammit. I ended up staying and talking to my main man, Nathan. Whoa! Oh, look at that, I'm talking right to you. But, so I didn't drink the, I'm not going to drink the dextrose post-workout shake now. I already drank it. So, again, I'll keep preaching it. Let's say you're a new lifter. What do you want to do in terms of supplements that will actually work and are not just random BS? Right? Probably number one, well, whatever. I'll just say them in this order. They're all important for different reasons. But creatine, take your fucking 5 grams or more per day. You're going to be golden. Don't worry about a loading phase. That's, just don't worry about it. It's not important, right? Just 5 grams per day. I've been doing upwards of like 8. I might just be wasting it, but I'd rather do more than not enough, right? I'd rather do more than I need than less than I need. So creatine, it's going to fucking make you a little bit stronger. It's going to give you a little bit of, you know, maybe a little bit of an extra rep or 2, extra ATP floating around. You know, everybody's heard the science behind it. So creatine, legit. Take it. If you're not, you're a fool. Vitamins, right? You're going to want to take all of your fucking vitamins. Everybody, for the most part, is going to have at least a vitamin D deficiency. And, you know, if you're a machine, right? Let's say you're a car, you don't just need gas, which is food, right? You also need your windshield wiper fluid. You need your oil. Blah, 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 right? So it's not just about what you're eating. It's also about your micronutrients. So I'd say an adult multivitamin is probably good enough. And then maybe if it's missing out on a little bit of stuff like biotin, or I don't know which other ones. I just take a bunch of them. But if you just get like an adult multivitamin, you're gonna be good. Just take that every night. You can even get it in a fucking gummy, right? It's not that bad. So if you're afraid of like swallowing pills, some people just get your adult multivitamin gummy. You'll be good to go. Pre-workout. It's fucking gonna give you a better pump, right? The caffeine's gonna give you some more energy. You'll be able to go harder. I'd say the only ingredients that you need to look for in a pre-workout are going to be arginine, L-arginine, citrulline malate, and caffeine. Those three ingredients are the primary ones in any good pre-workout, right? The arginine and the citrulline are those are the pump ingredients. So they're going to help get more fluid floating around in your bloodstream, make you look a little bit more veiny while you're working out. Can improve your, in a bro science logic, it'll improve your blood flow, which will help get more oxygen around to all your muscles. And the more oxygenated your muscles are, the better they're going to perform and recover. But in a more direct result, you're just going to get a way better pump, which is going to correlate to the quality of your workout. And the caffeine, that's going to give you some fucking energy. Now, if you get crazy jittery, or if like caffeine doesn't work with you, maybe look for a non-stim pre-workout, right? So, you know, one that always comes to mind, I hate to say this without having like a little code or some shit, but pretty much the standard like good dose pre-workout is like Gorilla Mind. Anything from them is going to be well dosed. But for the most part, pre-workouts are all going to be the same, right? It's just the same ingredients, different flavors. Sometimes they add a bunch of other random shit. Like if you look at the ingredients list on your pre right now, if you've got one at home, it's probably got fucking 30 different ingredients, right? But the only ones that really matter, as far as I'm concerned, are going to be the citrulline, arginine, and the caffeine. So what I do is I buy those in bulk. So I go on Amazon, I look up fucking NutriCost, and oh Jesus. Yeah, fuck yeah. So I go on Amazon, I look up NutriCost, L-arginine, citrulline malate, caffeine. So I get like, 500 grams of the arginine at a time, and I get like 500 grams of the citrulline at a time, or whatever the largest amount you can get is. And it doesn't have to be from NutriCost. It can be from whatever bulk supplement shit you want. But just buying those bulk ingredients is more cost effective than taking your pre every day for like $40 per tub for like a month's worth. And the caffeine is going to come in these little individual capsules, right? 200, I get the ones that are 200 milligrams each, because that's what I do as my dose, right? So before this workout, I mixed up like 8 grams of arginine, 8 grams of the citrulline malate, and then 200 grams of the 200 milligrams of the caffeine. And then I throw in some Tang. Was it Tang this time? I don't remember. No, this time it was Kool-Aid. So, if you get the bulk ingredients like I'm telling you to, and you weigh them out, you know, every time you do your pre, you have to add some kind of flavoring, or else you're just drinking straight up like the bitterest, weirdest tasting liquid you've ever had in your life. So if I'm bulking, then I mix up like 100 grams of carbs worth of Tang, and or like Kool-Aid or Gatorade powder would work fine. Just anything sugary, because you know I don't mind having extra calories floating around. In fact, I want more calories per day. So the more food you can eat, and the different levels of or the different types of food or calories you can consume throughout the day, the better. So I mean, 400 calories in the pre, down the hatch, perfect. And when I'm dieting, I'll mix the pre-workout like bulk components with Crystal Light. That's kind of my go-to 0-calorie water flavoring. You know, it's just sweetened with aspartame. That's what's in pretty much the majority of any 0-calorie soda or like diet, whatever, Coke product. Now, aspartame, a lot of people give it a bad rap. Sometimes people say that diet soda tastes worse than regular, or like, you know, they just make a bunch of weird, random ass claims about aspartame. I don't buy into it. I've taken in a lot of aspartame per day. Like, when I've got that gallon jug around, like I fill the whole thing up with, you know, like these 0-calorie sweeteners, and I'm doing like that like day after day. I haven't noticed any problems. You know, don't consider it for yourself. Like maybe look into it, but you'd have to take like I think in animal studies you would have to drink the equivalent of like 300 gallons of diet soda per day before you started to experience any sort of problems. Don't quote me on that exactly, but whatever. Main idea is when I take pre, I buy the bulk ingredients, the main 3, caffeine, citrulline, arginine, mix them up myself, throw in something to sweeten it, whether or not that's sugary or sugar-free, depends on whether or not I'm dieting or bulking. And then it's fucking, you know, it's got the right amount of shit that I want. And it's a bit more cost effective that way as well. So fuck, what else was I talking about? Chest and shoulders got smashed. Did calves at the end. Oh yeah, what supplements are good? Okay, yeah, pre-workout, good. Vitamins, good. Creatine, good. Protein powder. Sometimes people hate on protein powder. They're like, oh, it's not real food. Which I can understand that to an extent. But you got to think, you know, what is real food, right? If you break down, you know, food into just its basic components, you know, the carbs, fats, proteins, then I don't see the harm, or I don't see why it wouldn't benefit you the same if you just get each one, you know, on its own, right? Like if you drink a protein shake, you're gonna get 50 grams of protein in. And if you eat like, you know, 50 grams of protein worth of chicken or something, then you're also gonna get 50 grams of protein in. Now, you're not gonna wanna take soy protein or like vegan protein powder, because like plant proteins are not complete. You're not gonna, you know, benefit from them as well as you would like a whey or a casein or something like that, like a normal, you know, dairy protein powder. But, you know, calories in, calories out. As long as you hit your macros, you're good. You know, I would recommend the more real food you can eat, the better, right? Like, the more actual meats and eggs you can eat instead of protein shakes, that's probably going to do you a little bit better, because those are going to be more complete foods. But at the end of the day, let's say you just don't have access, right? Let's say the only thing that you can eat for protein in a day is protein powder. Guess what? That is going to be pretty comparable to if you ate, you know, meats and actual protein sources, as long as you hit your actual, as long as you hit the same macros at the end of the day, right? Because at the end, I'm saying at the end of the day alone. But either way, once you finish eating all of your food for the day, you will have eaten, so and so amount of protein, so and so amount of fats, so and so amount of carbs, and what matters is the amount, not necessarily the source from which you got it. So if I ate, 4,000 calories in a day, and it was from, rice and sweet potatoes and, fish and beef, what you would pretty much think of as healthy foods-ish, right? I'm still going to gain weight because that's going to put me in a calorie surplus. And if I were to eat 1,500 calories worth of, let's just say like protein powder, ice cream, and Skittles, right? Let's say that was my diet for the day. As long as I only ate 1,500 calories worth of food, then I'm still going to lose weight, right? Because in terms of gaining or losing weight, the only thing that matters is the amount of calories that went into your body. And in terms of gaining muscle, you're going to want to hit your protein, so that's a little different, but you get what I'm saying. So, creatine, good. Vitamins, good. Protein powder, good. Pre-workout, good. Aminos, don't worry about it. As long as you eat your protein, I think the aminos are just a cash grab. You're not going to get much benefit. And then anything else that's a little bit weird or funky, ashwagandha type, do it if you want. I don't know if I see the benefit for the most part. So, hope I've opened your eyes up to at least one piece of information, this little car rant that you can take home with you and apply to the rest of your lifting life. I'm gonna get home, eat some food, start editing this fucking video for tomorrow, and then go to bed. God damn it. I've been saying this at the end of every video, but if you're doing your cardio right now, good on you. You're a fucking legend. If you're eating your meal, fucking scarf that shit down, right? Get ready for the next one in an hour or two. And if you're staying up too late, if you've got early morning cardio in the morning, or if you've got to get up for class, go to fucking sleep. Because when you're well rested, that's when you're going to be performing your best. So, I will see you next time, God damn it. Day number 42 of the bulk, and the milestone of 250 seems to have been met in legitimacy this time, right? Because, you hit, let's say you're bulking up, right? Your weight's going to go up and down basically day by day, maybe a pound or two, something like that. If you really miss a couple of meals, then it can actually change. Let's say I were to eat only 2,000 calories tomorrow, right? Like, let's say tomorrow I wake up at 250 again, but I only eat 2,000 calories. What's going to happen is I'm going to wake up the next day guaranteed at least 3 pounds down. At least. Well, okay, not like... there's no possible way I would lose 10 pounds in a single day, right? But probably about 3 or so pounds of just like intramuscular carbs, uh, water, everything else. Because if you're bulking, you're just trying to fucking hotwire your metabolism, right? You're just filling your body up with food, uh, literally more than it wants to handle, right? Let's say your maintenance calories is how much your body can handle without change, right? Without having to do any sort of extra whatever, right? If you're bulking up and you're gaining weight, you're overfilling your gas tank. So the one day that you miss your calories, you miss your meals, your gas tank is still going to be draining, and it's going to take you another day to catch up and get back on track. So enough of this. It's fucking back day. I drink this pre and then we get in there. All right. Exposure down as normal. So, super simple back day today. Like, Jesus, all it was fucking lat pull downs, cable rows, and the pull-ups. That was it. So, no need to overcomplicate it. Jesus Christ. Come on. Fuck. Another few years, I'll fucking need somebody to take my shirt off for me, god damn it. That'd be the way to live. Oh shit. Oh. Certainly feels pretty wide. Oh. So back, I mean, I never have a problem getting a pretty decent pump. Sometimes legs are stingy. Sometimes I'll have like just an off day for chest. Not very often, but I'm just trying to think back on when that's happened. But for the most part, I mean, if I get on a lat pull down or a row, shit's gonna be pumped for sure. Fucking hell. God damn it. Oh. There we go. One of these buttons fucking fell off one day. And the only thread that I had at home was a different color. So, call it OCD or whatever, but I replaced the other three just so they would fucking match. Oh. Well, not much else to talk about. Fucking lifted way later than normal, even for me. So I just want to get home and fucking go to bed. So I'm gonna finish calves and then we can get some fucking car talk going. Dude, I'm fucking ready for bed. Shit. I ate all my meals already. Well, nearly. Got the post-workout dextrose shake. Fuck. Every time I get in the car, it connects to like the car's Bluetooth audio, and then it stops recording. I didn't fucking notice for a minute. So yeah, dextrose post-workout carb shake. I gotta take that down in a minute, and then finish one more meal when I get home. Then I can go to fucking bed. So, the dextrose. What is that? What the hell is that supposed to be? I say the same fucking line every time I explain it. Dextrose is going to be the simplest carb you can get your hands on. So, what I would recommend to all lifters, if you're especially in a bodybuilding context, but I'm sure this would apply to just sports as well. Regardless, post-workout, right? You just fucking, tired out your muscles. You ran out of, or you wore down some of your glycogen stores. You're low on energy for the most part. Tired. You got to replenish. What do you want to do? So dextrose is going to be the simplest carbohydrate that there is, right? Sugar is, multiple fucking little glucose molecules jumbled up together. There's fructose, there's sucrose, there's all sorts of shit like that, right? And all of those have to go through some sort of digestive pathway before they actually get up in your bloodstream and start, helping your muscles recover. But dextrose is going to skip a few of those digestive steps and just instantly spike your blood sugar. Now, what's that gonna do, right? That's gonna spike your insulin as well. So post-workout, taking a bunch of sugar, insulin spikes just like that. That's gonna tell your body, shit, we gotta fucking absorb all these fucking all these carbs, all these little nutrients. So in the post-workout shake as well, throw in a scoop of protein. So pretty much this entire little carb shake, if you will, is going straight to my fucking lats, straight to the traps, straight to the rhomboids. Maybe not exactly, that simply, but that's the gist. Whereas if I were to go home and then, I don't know, eat some rice or something, that's going to take a bit longer. Now, in terms of the anabolic window, where people say, as soon as you finish working out, you got to eat something. There might be some truth to that. Obviously, it's not going to hurt you too bad if you, wait a little while before you eat. But, let's say, let's say you got an hour drive. No, not an hour. Let's say you finish your workout, you spend 30 minutes talking to your buddy, you take 10 minutes in the bathroom, 20-minute drive, then you get home, maybe you shower. That's what, an hour and a half that your body is without, extra fuel? I mean, if you just think about it logically, it would make sense that the quicker you can replenish all that energy that you burnt off, the better. Now, whether or not it's going to make a crazy improvement, whatever, up to you. But I definitely think that, I've said this analogy before, if you take two lifters, give them the same workout plan, same vitamins, same training, same diet, but one lifter gets that dextrose post-workout shake every workout and the other one doesn't, the dextrose guy is going to gap the other one. Eventually. It'll take a while. But like I say a lot of the time, it's not necessarily about one secret, right? With lifting, with progress. You're just trying to optimize every little nook and cranny that you can get a hold of and manipulate to improve your progress. So you're going to want to take your creatine. You're going to want to take your vitamins. You're going to want to take your pre-workout. You're going to want to try and fucking sleep a lot. You're going to want to do your cardio to make sure that you keep your metabolism up, cardiovascular health good, so that you don't get winded during your workouts. Then you can go harder in the gym, and you're not going to get so fat when you do a bulk. And then, post-workout, you do your fucking little dextrose shake. You fuel up. All these little things, even though individually you may not notice a change right away, right? they're going to change your trajectory over time if you implement them correctly and consistently, right? All this shit is going to take you from like here, whatever, and then you plateau to fucking, I don't want to say infinity. That's not necessarily how it works, but you'll be above that first line if you try to make sure everything you do in your fucking life is on point relative to training. Now, I just listed off a bunch of shit that you can do that will improve your results. But there's also shit that you should not do so that you don't negate your results. Now, what would stuff like that be? Ooh, going out drinking, going partying. Trying to hang out with girls all the time, because then you're gonna end up missing your meals at night. And then guess what? Boom, you're fucking behind on your bulk, and you missed out on your sleep. So recovery is fucked, and your caloric intake is fucked. Yeah, another thing, not getting enough sleep, right? You stay up playing fucking Minecraft Realms. I don't care if you built a fucking sick ass. What's a cool thing in Minecraft? I don't care if you built a baller ass mob grinder. It's 3 a.m. and you got to be awake at 7. 4 hours is not enough. Not even close. So, if you care about your results, you got to act like it, right? You can't just, go to the gym, say you're fighting your demons. You're just going to be the same small lifter that you've always been, right? You got to fucking be a little bit more methodical about it than that. So tomorrow is going to be arm day. I'll fucking see you then, god damn it. 3? I'll stick with that. 43 of the bulk. If you watched the last video, you know I was talking all that shit. Fucking 250. 250 is the new 220. Fuck. Woke up at 249.6 this morning, god damn it. What the fuck? That's alright, but I mean, it's all about the trend line over time. Your weight's gonna go up and down each day. But man, I thought I was in the 250s locked. Shit. Just gotta keep getting my meals in. Fucking takes time. So today, it's gonna be arms. Just straight up fucking arm day. Calves at the end as well, like normal. So in terms of arms, I think people overcomplicate some of the movements, right? Like, you've seen some of the little fancier movements where, like, for triceps, you take 2 cables and you go like one at a time so the cables cross in front of you. Or like fucking, I don't know, that's pretty much the only example of that I can think of. Or whatever sort of random kind of weird curl variation, or like you're twisting the dumbbell on the way up and you turn it back down on the way down. It's whatever. From what I've gathered, or at least what I've done so far, pretty much as like the main technique for arms is, you just treat it like any other fucking muscle. So hit it heavy, get a fucking gnarly pump. So triceps is going to be pretty much all push downs of multiple varieties. I've been liking the rope, single arm cable, where you get your hand over top of the handle, you're pushing downward like that, or just a straight bar. If my gym had a dip machine, I wouldn't mind throwing in some of the dips. I don't really care for like body weight dips for triceps. That is never really click with me, but the machines I like. And biceps is just going to be a fuck ton of normal you know, alternating dumbbell curls, maybe a few single arm cable curls, maybe some preachers, or no, maybe some machine preacher curls. Just have to see. But the main idea, fucking most of the sets, heavies you can go for, like, you know, a normal rep range, probably about 10 to 20. Maybe throw in some drop sets, but otherwise pretty simple. So if you want to save this for later and follow along with, you know, the exercise choice, maybe change the weight a little, I'm sure you'd have a good fucking lift. So I'm gonna finish this pre, and then I guess I'll just end the video first, and then we can fucking get in there and get started. God damn it, should be pretty fucking good. All right, exposure down as usual. Whew. So I say this pretty much at the end of every lift during this little pose down. You know, the basic scheme of the workout. Holy shit. The basic scheme of the workout was not too complicated, right? 11 sets for triceps. You know, go hard as fuck. Focus on the weight during the beginning. Focus on squeezing towards the end. Easy enough. Do whatever movements you like. Yeah. And then, same thing with fucking dumbbells. So, primary mover for the dumbbells, in terms of weight, ended up being, dumbbells, for the biceps, ended up being the dumbbell curls. No drop sets or nothing, just fucking sitting there for 5 sets in a row, banging them out as heavy as possible, trying to get some swinging going. Oh my goodness. That looks like it fucking did something. Holy crap. Oh, that's probably the most brutal crucifix I've ever fucking hit. Nice. Oh. Holy shit, dude. Oh. All right, one last fucking pose. God damn it. Most muscular. Yeah. Let's sit down. Shit, I don't know what I was about to say. I just fucking forgot. But I'd say in terms of size difference, arms, if you get a gnarly pump, that's where you're gonna be able to tell. If I had a fucking tape measure, I'm almost sure that my arms just went up an inch around flexed compared to the beginning. Oh yeah, I just remembered. I was about to say, whoa, how the fuck did this pump happen? Did I just like get extra sleep last night? No. Did I take a different pre-workout? No. This is just what's gonna happen if you stick to your calorie surplus in your bulk, right? If every day, you know, you hit your surplus goal, guess what's gonna happen over time? You're gonna gain weight. As you gain weight, you're gonna get fucking bigger. As you get bigger, your pumps are gonna get better. It's just you know, if you're making progress in the gym, your progress should almost feel like it's getting faster and faster and faster as you get into the groove of whatever you're doing, either bulking or cutting, right? So if you're trying to get cut, you know, as time progresses, you're going to start to see yourself get even leaner. Then you're going to be a little more excited and motivated to stick to your diet. You'll get even more veins, you know, maybe you'll go a little bit harder during cardio. And then the same thing for bulking, right? You start to see your results in the gym, you know, you're going to be stronger, your pumps are going to be better. So that's going to make you try and prioritize your meals, prioritize your sleep. Same with anything. I mean, once you start to see results, it's just going to be addicting. So that's enough of this little pose down speech. I got to get calves done and then get in the car for the fucking dextrose shake. So let's fucking get after it. Oh, fuck! That was a good workout, but I gotta get to bed. Shit. I may be on point with my training and my diet, but in terms of staying on a regular sleep schedule, I've got some work to do. There we go. Kind of like the steering wheel to be in frame. Shit, so fucking arms decimated. That was my best arm pump in, I don't even know, days, weeks, years? Was that the best arm pump ever? Honestly, considering the fact that right now I'm at my heaviest ever, that very well may have been the biggest my arms have ever been with that pump. That's a good fucking feeling. Holy shit. Let's keep that up. Whew. I'll be real with you. I was not feeling crazy motivated for that lift. Like obviously that wouldn't stop me from going to the gym, of course, but it took me a few sets of those triceps before I started to really get in the zone. Right? I've typically whenever I feel like that, if let's say I put off lifting so I have to go late and I'm a little bit tired, I pretty much just sort of remind myself, like, the second that I get in there and I start fucking around with the weights, it's just gonna get me wired, and then I'll be ready to go. So, you know, if you don't necessarily have the resolve that I do, to the point where if you sort of aren't in the mood to hit the gym, that can like stop you from going, shit, you just gotta fucking, man, I'm not your dad, you know, I'm not your football coach. I can't sort of tell you how to be motivated, right? You're gonna have to sort of figure that out on your own, because the most powerful source of motivation is gonna be intrinsic, right? You can't look for other people to, you know, push you. Like, sure, they will, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's pretty much up to you to put in the work. So if you're feeling a little tired, man, I'm just blah 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 nonsense. Take your pre, slam it, just get in the car and go. Right? Like, if you got to sit in the car for a few minutes before it kicks in, you know, so you start to kind of wake up, fuck, whatever, man. That's better than staying home being a schmuck, I tell you what. But you got to ride the line, because there's a difference between, you know, just being like, I don't know if I want to go to the gym right now, and being like, all right, my legs are still sore as fuck. I've got legs today. Should I go hit legs knowing that they're sore? Or should I stay home, hit my meals, rest, hit legs tomorrow when I'm fresher? You see, now, those two things are completely different. Those are completely different scenarios. So when people ask me, I've been getting a lot of questions about the split and about rest days. So right now, I go legs, chest, back, legs, chest and shoulders, back, arms. calves every day, and then I just repeat that loop once I'm done with it. So in terms of rest days, if I need one, I'll take one. Like if I actually feel that it will be more beneficial for me in terms of muscle growth to stay home and just eat food and rest, or to go to the gym, fucking hit the gym, hit the weights, whatever. You know, whichever one I feel like is going to be more effective, that's the one I'll do. And for the most part, I think people confuse overtraining with just being a little bit fucking tired. So rest days, I'd say they're overrated. Overrated in a general sense. You know, let's say you just did squats. You just did a hard leg day. Oh, but my central nervous system might be fried. I don't want to fry my CNS. Are you a fucking power lifter? Are you doing an all-out, maxed set, utilizing 100% of your muscle fibers for a 1 rep max to the point where your fucking nose is bleeding? Did you do that? No? Oh, well, your central nervous system is probably fine, right? Your fucking body is tough. The human body is extraordinarily resilient. Or at least it can be, right? With the right piloting. You know, if you're a pussy, I'm just saying that to be mean, but if you don't train your body, you feed it real, well, you know how I feel about calories, right? You know, I eat a bunch of sugar and just like what people would consider unhealthy food because, you know, calories in, calories out. But let's say, you know, you only eat processed fats and sugars, you get like 0 protein, no activity during the day, your body's just gonna fucking waste away. And that's what's gonna make you fucking tired all day. You can't go hard, fucking out of breath. Yikes. Right? But if you were to just kind of push through that that little barrier, right? I say this a lot. The first few months being a completely new lifter, coming from untrained to getting into a full-on workout split, those first few months are going to be the hardest because you're absolutely not used to any of it. But once you get past that, you start to get used to it. That's your body's new normal, right? How do you fucking think that you're going to say you are overtrained or your central nervous system is fried when there are fucking people out there doing the fucking gnarliest shit? David Goggins style 100-mile marathons, whatever. Just bananas insane athletic feats. Guess what? You're a fucking human being too. Under the right training, as long as you don't have a serious handicap of some sort, you could do that shit. I'm not saying if you're 5 foot you can dunk, but you understand my optimistic logic. So, rest days, probably don't fucking need it. Just hit the gym, be a fucking, be a baller. But if you want to take rest days, you know, throw in like, I would not go past 2 a week. I think that's foolish. But if you want to do rest days, you can't fucking live without them, do it. You know, if I were to have taken 1 rest day every week for my entire training career, I'm sure I'd probably be about the same size. I think it would have just been kind of negligible, right? I fucking love training, love being in the gym, so guess what? I don't want to take a rest day. I want to get in there. And I feel like, for the most part, I'll still be progressing towards my goal. So what else was I about to fucking say? Shit. I was about to say something. Fuck. Whatever. Let's just transition to the dextrose. Oh, dextrose shake. Thought I forgot it. Oh, fuck you. Dextrose. What's in here? What is in this shaker bottle? We got 50 grams of dextrose and a scoop of protein powder. What's the benefit of that? What the fuck is dextrose? Dextrose is just the simplest sugar you can get a hold of. And what it's going to do is as soon as you slam this shake, it's going to tell your body to fucking partition all these carbohydrates and all these nutrients straight into the fucking muscle. Honestly, I should have drank this already. What the fuck is wrong with me? So since it's so simple, you could basically equate that to like a sugar rush. Blood sugar is going to spike. Insulin is going to spike in response. It's going to shoot the nutrients into your muscle. It's going to help you fucking recover. I definitely think that if you were to implement this, even on a cut, right? Like even if you're dieting and you're in a caloric deficit, I'm definitely going to partition these fucking, this dextrose into the training. Because what's going to happen is it's going to help me recover my fucking worn down muscles after I've worked them. And then, in the case of losing body fat, it should help me maintain more strength and more muscle mass. So, just to put it in as simple as possible, go on Amazon, buy dextrose, 50 grams in a shaker plus 1 scoop of protein. Post-workout, literally as soon as you're done working out, slam it. It will improve your results. You may not notice right away, or maybe you will, maybe you'll feel a little bit more energized. But it will definitely change the trajectory of your training. So let me fucking slam this. Oh. Ooh. So you got to remember. It's basically 50 grams of sugar in a shake. So it's unsettlingly sweet. So your best bet is not to sip on this. Your best bet is just get it down and then be done with it. Whew. So let's get home, fucking shower up, meal, vitamins, bedtime. Fucking excited. Love going to bed. That's where you're gonna grow, goddammit. Let me try not to crash into this fucking light pole worker. Whoa. Alright, so this has kind of become a little bit of my outro sequence of phrases. But if you're eating a meal right now, fucking finish that shit up quick. Right? Don't just sit there poking at it. Eat it. You're not there to look at it. Don't play with your food. If you're doing your cardio, you're a goddamn legend. You're following the rules. Fuck yeah. And if you're staying up too late watching this fucking video and you gotta go to bed, you gotta wake up early, you're putting your gains at risk, man. Sleep is up there. Sleep has gotta be one of the most important factors of the results of your training. So turn this fucking shit off. Go to bed. So I will fucking see you next time. Oh, missed a day. Yeah, whoops. Sometimes. But back now, day 40 something. Got some late legs to hit. Christ. This morning's weight, 250 point something. It's getting a little slow. Been bouncing around 250 for like a week. So if the next few days I'm still at like 250, I'm gonna try and up the calories. Maybe try to throw in a few, maybe like 100 more grams of carbs, something like that. I'll just have to see what happens. So, in terms of competing, I've been getting a lot of comments about that. When are you gonna compete? Are you gonna compete one day? What's going on? Yeah, you know, that's the plan. One day. I mean, you know, there's a lot more room to grow. Keep you guys updated on it. That would be a whole series in itself. A little bodybuilding prep. But until then, we're just gonna keep up the bulk. So I'm gonna finish drinking this pre, and we can fucking get going. All right. Legs have been thrashed. Oh my god. Whew. Hamstrings were oddly strong today. I guess thanks to all the bulk cals. But like I was just slamming the stack back to back. Nice. Whew. Still fucking catching my breath. Then after quads, or during quads, you know, no squats. Whoops, sucks. Still, very effective lift. Whew. In all honesty, I mean, going that heavy on the squats could be an ego thing. Could be a little bit of an ego thing. But if you're able, you better fucking be doing some heavy squats. We got the tang back. I know some of you guys were missing it. You were like, what the fuck's all that red shit in the jug? Oh. So, finish the lift. Time for a goddamn dextrose shake. I kind of have to hype myself up because I just want to chug it all at once. Whew. So I've been saying this every video like a fucking public service announcement. The dextrose is just the simplest sugar you can get your hands on. Really quick to absorb. Like, I couldn't tell you how fast in comparison to like table sugar or whatever. But it's different. It is not the same as table sugar. It's got a different chemical makeup. But what's going to happen is post-workout, honestly, as quick as you can, slam 50 grams of dextrose, 1 scoop of protein powder. Whew. And over time, it will definitely increase the productiveness of your training rather than, you know, waiting like an hour or even like 2 hours before you eat after training. Because if you did, you know, a good lift and you actually went hard as fuck, then guess what? You got to refuel, you got to replenish. This is the same shit that's in Gatorade. Like, Gatorade has a good amount of dextrose in it, so they know what's going on. But give me a minute to fucking sit here and think about this. Because, you know, imagine, you know, your protein powder tastes like whatever. Could taste good, could taste bad. Depends on what brand you got. But then add 50 grams of just straight up sugar. It tastes fucking gross. God, it's so sweet. Hate it. But you gotta do what you gotta do if you want some good ass results. Wow, I gotta let that settle for a minute. Oh, okay. So, have I ever thrown up from bulking? Have I ever fucking vommed from overeating? You know, with all this food, it's fucking hard to get down. I have. Only once. It was last bulk. Towards the end. My body was getting it was starting to fight me. It didn't want to eat any more food. And one thing I've noticed this probably only applies to people that are like serious, but you know, every night I take my vitamins, and I don't do one at a time. I just like fucking. What I end up doing is I got a whole little protein scooper, and I throw in my magnesium, my calcium, multivitamin. I should be doing fish oil. I don't know why I'm not doing fish oil right now. Just all my vitamins, probably like, I don't know, maybe 10 total. And I just take them all at once, slam them. But what'll happen is, over the course of a bulk, when I'm dieting, or like when I'm trying to cut down, I take them down no problem. Like, doesn't bother me. I could probably do like double that amount, and just full mouthful, some water, some kind of drink, just take it all down, no problem. But when I'm bulking, what'll happen is, the second that I'm trying to get down these vitamins, I can tell that my gag reflex is just perked up, because like my body just must know, like, it doesn't want to take in anything weird anymore because I'm putting so much fucking food down. So what happened was, last bulk towards the end, it was late at night. I just slammed my vitamins. I could tell that it was kind of starting to like trigger it, and then I still had this big ass shake. So this is so fucked. So I wait a few minutes. I'm just sitting there on the kitchen counter. It's probably like 2 a.m. right now or something. I slam the shake. I sit down. I'm feeling queasy as fuck. I'm like, oh, like stomach's full, like distended. And I could tell like something was starting to happen. My mouth was starting to like salivate. So I get a cup of water. I'm just trying to like wash it down. But after about a minute, I could tell I was just fucked beyond belief. So I had to get up, go to the fucking trash can. It looked like about half of that shake came back up. So I had to take out half of the macros of it. And I don't remember if I ate more food after that, or if I just went to bed and said, fuck it. But it's only happened once. For the most part, if you actually spread your food out throughout the day, you should never have to eat so much at one time that you'd ever like trigger your body to need to throw up. But if you do, for whatever reason, those macros did not count. So you gotta eat some more fucking food. I wouldn't, whatever. So, and then during training, again, never. I know I've seen people do it before. Just hasn't happened. Maybe I'm not going hard enough. Fuck, maybe I should be going harder, throwing up every time. I don't know. I'm sure a crazy leg day, like if you did a lot of high rep, low rest sets, I'm sure if I did something like that and I was like gassed beyond belief, it might get me. But that's just not the kind of training I do. I'm doing more so like, you know, bodybuilding. Like all my workouts, it's not, you know, set, get back, take a sip of water, take a few seconds, do another set. Probably, I couldn't tell you the exact number, but at least 75% of the time that I'm in the gym for any workout, that's just me sitting in between sets resting. Or longer, I don't know. Because in terms of rest time, you do not want to just like have a little timer and only do 30-second rest sets before you get back into the weights. Because such a low amount of rest, you're not going to be able to go hard. Your body won't recover to the point where you can do that set again. Like, let's say I did that first set of leg extensions, heavy, and then I waited 30 seconds and tried to do it again. No way in hell I'm getting the same amount of reps or even close. A good rule of thumb for rest time is you just rest for as long as you need. Now, I wouldn't rest more than like 5 minutes, because at some point you're gonna lose your pump, right? If you wait too long in between sets, you're gonna start to lose your fucking pump. Anybody that's been to the gym for a while knows, like, if you're in the zone and someone fucking starts talking to you and they're just itching to talk, you can't get away, you're gonna be like, oh shit, it's been fucking 10 minutes. I can already tell my chest is fucking flattening out. God, why won't this guy shut up? So, rest time, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes. 3 minutes max, minute and a half minimum, if you really need to like hear a rule of thumb. But I end up just going by feel. I do a set, I sit down, catch my breath, wait until I feel recovered, and do another one. So I don't remember if I said this earlier in the lift or not, but everybody's asking about the split. No, I did talk about it. Whatever, I'll say it again. Everyone always asks me, what is my split? As if I'm going to tell them something so extraordinary and so unheard of that when they finally hear it, it'll be like they see the Matrix. Wrong. It's fucking simple shit. I pretty much just do Arnold split, right? I go legs, chest and shoulders, back, arms, repeat, with rest days thrown in as needed. I definitely don't take a rest day every loop, right? Like, I don't do a rest day every 5 days. I'll do one if like I really didn't get any sleep, or if I'm sick, or if I'm just busy and I can't actually make it to the gym for whatever reason. But it's not about the split. I think I said this earlier. It's about, hitting each muscle adequately and frequently enough, right? So let's say, what's going to make up a good split? You're going to want to hit every muscle group about twice per week, right? Because let's say you hit chest, you're not going to want to hit chest the next day. Your chest is still going to be fucking worn out. You probably won't want to hit it the day after that either. Probably not fully recovered. Now the day after that, right, 2 days of rest in between, you could probably hit chest again. So, with that logic, you can probably hit a muscle about once every half week, right? Without without overloading fatigue, right? So you hit everything twice a week. Now, how many sets do you want to do? I've said this before. About 8 to 12 sets per body part is going to be ideal, as long as those sets are done with intensity. Because if you go into the gym, it's bicep day, or let's say you're doing biceps, and you actually go heavy, like you start off heavy ass curls, you move on to like preachers or machines or cable curls or whatever. If your sets are actually hard and you're putting in serious effort, by the time you get to set by the time you get to set 10-ish, your biceps are going to be fucking pumped. And, pretty much once you're pumped, once you got a real pump and you've done a good amount of sets, that's your cue that you've done as much as you can, or as much as you need to, right? If you go into the gym, you're doing chest. Start off with flat bench. If you like flat bench, I don't. You do, say, maybe 3 heavy-ass sets. Then you move on to pec deck, another 3 sets. Then you move on to, like, a hammer strength bench machine, another 3 sets. Probably by about then, you're going to be like, oh man, I'm fucking pumped. And then maybe you do 2 more to really finish it off. Boom, you're done. If you keep pushing it, you're just going to lose your pump. You're going to build up a bunch of lactic acid. You're gonna end up running out of, you know, available energy from all your little, from all your blood sugar, from all your muscle glycogen, and then you're not even, you know, you're not even just trying to trigger muscle protein synthesis. All you're doing is sitting in there working out, stressing your body for no reason. If you know somebody and they're in the gym for, like I've heard people say, you know, I go up to them, like, hey man, what's going on? What are you doing? What are you hitting? They'll be like, oh, you know, I got back and buys, been here for like 3 hours. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing for 3 hours? Oh my God. Now, in all likelihood, they're probably just dilly-dallying. Their sets aren't really that crazy. They're just kind of in there fucking around. But if you were to do all of your sets with intensity, I mean, if you stay for 3 hours, you're doing too much. You only need those fucking 8 to 12 sets. There's a fucking trash man in front of me. See? Pass. Holy shit. Oh. Holy fuck. Car came over a hill. I was headed straight for it. Whoops. What was I saying? Yeah, so, you know, the most I'm in the gym for is like 2 hours. And part of that is just because I spent a little extra time getting these videos going. I'd say per muscle group, if it's just me lifting, I'm not worried about anything else, I really only need like 45 minutes. So chest day on its own would probably be about 45 minutes worth of a workout. So instead, chest and shoulders, which I'm doing, ends up being more like an hour and a half. So if you're working out for a bananas amount of time, you got to reconsider your theory and try to condense your training. So dextrose shake has been consumed. Legs have been thrashed. I'm fucking ready for bed. I'm gonna take my vitamins, shower off, see if I forgot any homework assignments. I don't think I did, but you never know. And then I'm going to bed. So if you're staying up too late right now, fuck you, man. Go to bed, get some sleep. You gotta lift tomorrow. And you got morning cardio. All right. See you next time, goddammit.